Happy Trail Mix.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody else there? Guys?
Hey, Alan!
Is that...
It's me, Lockren,
Oh,
yeah!
oh, it's Lochran. Hi.
Yeah!
Lochran,
Yeah, what's up, bro?
where is everybody? Is it just us?
Oh, well, Mikhail was busy this weekend making some sweet, sweet pussy wine,
Oh.
and Obscur's a cuck.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
That's
well,
right.
well, Lochran, I'm excited. I mean, you and I don't get a whole lot of... We don't get a whole lot of one-on-one time together. I mean, I feel like this is our moment to really bond. What are you doing?
Oh, right. I'm closing 30 tabs of gay dragon porn, but you know, that happens every week. I just don't mention it.
It's a little less than usual, I think.
Usually I just have every browser up, Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Netscape, all of them just filled with furry extravaganza.
I noticed you didn't mention Internet Explorer.
Oh, well, it's Edge now. That's what I have.
Oh,
because, you know,
right.
I'm on the edge right now.
You are an edgelord, and I do love edging. Well, Lochran, what's our topics this week?
I'm so glad you asked, sister. We'll be talking about the MS Paint Michelangelo.
Oh.
And I forgot his real name, but...
Let's just say it's that.
We talk about Putin's Playpal ban from the Ukraine. How Ukrazy.
Jesus Christ.
We will be playing the Happy Wikihow game featuring your host who sometimes bloats. Me.
Okay, you Lochran.
Yes, me. Lochran Draconis. The ultimate dragon host. I am...
The ultimate dragon cuck.
That as well. But you, Alan, you are the ultimate wizard, and we are going to hear an update from you.
Yeah, I will say, I feel like I'm starting to lose control of the narrative on my whole wizard thing, because since I wasn't here last week, there was a lot of speculation of how much cum I was drinking.
Just don't worry about it.
I just like to clarify, I'm not actually drinking any cum.
Well, I can't say I'm in the same position because I am Lochran and I'm a huge cum bucket, but you know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, let's get started. What are we doing first?
Ooh, you know what? Before we get into this masterful MS Paint man.
Okay.
Alan, I think I have something to unveil to you.
No, please don't tell me you're in love with me. Not again, Lochran, not again.
Oh, I was in love with you, but I'm in love with Michaela's pussy wine now. But that's not the point.
She doesn't
It's
share.
me! It's me, Alan. It's Obscur.
Oh!
I'm not Lochran at all! You got fucking pranked, bro!
Shit! You son
Fucking
of a bitch! You had me!
My god.
I thought that lispy, beautiful voice was definitely the dragon cuck himself.
I've been playing with cats all day just to get into the Lochran mindset.
Just rolling in pussy, I see.
And this is being uploaded on Mother's Day, my favorite holiday, or Lochran's rather.
For all the cucks at home, Mother's Day.
Don't cuck your mom.
Don't you dare do it. We know you want to, but don't. Hey, guys, PSA here. If you want to cuck your mom, don't do it.
I mean, at least be tasteful about it if you really can't help yourself.
My question is, what would cucking your mom be? Is she the cuck? Do you have to fuck your dad?
I was gonna say, I feel like it means you get her another man. Like, you know, something a little more safe.
But then that makes you the cuck.
I think, who is not being cucked in this situation? Everyone is having a piece of... I almost said action, but I hope not. A
piece of Michaela's pussy wine, which she refuses to share.
Ew, it's in pieces. It crumbles.
Okay, let's move on to the MS Paint man.
A nice slice.
Oh god.
Do you know why you're not supposed to shake a baby? It's because their brain is really malleable, like Jello. So I say we shake her pussy.
Okay, you get it mixed up. Just throw it in a blender. I'm surprised she doesn't do that already. Their own home brewery, I see.
Oh. So yeah, Michaela sadly won't be with us too often in the summertime. Lochran is just missing this week, though.
They still have not found him. The police are looking.
It's been a whole week. Our description of friendly dragon narrator is not enough.
They are looking for a dragon. They are going to be sorely disappointed when they find just an overweight boy.
Wait, do you think Lochran's overweight?
I don't know what he looks like. I just imagine a furry neck beard, and that's what I come up with.
Lochran is like the tiniest human being alive.
Oh God.
You know how some people compare people to be paper thin? No, he's worse than that. He turns sideways and you can't see him anymore.
He's like Kate
except
Moss.
his eyes.
It's like Misha Barton. Is he anorexic? Should we have an intervention when they find his body?
No, I don't think I would call him anorexic. I think he was just born that way.
He just doesn't
accept
eat.
Him. He doesn't need to.
He only eats.
He's mitosis.
His only source of protein is semen
and pussy wine.
And that's all you need. What is...
Yeah, especially Michaela's pussy wine with that extra crunch.
Oh God, please, move on. Move on.
Okay, fine, we'll move on to the man who sucks at Photoshop, so he spent 10 years mastering MS Paint to illustrate his children's book.
Now, this is legitimately impressive, I think.
I agree. And he's not selling it for too much. It's on Amazon for $6.
I might actually get it. I'm tempted.
I'm tempted too. Let me look up his name so we can actually tell the audience that his name is Pat Hines, and his book is called Camp Red Blood and the Essential Revenge.
Yeah, it's this.
And it's completely made in MS Paint,
It's
which
this
is nuts.
this cool. I don't know if it's like supposed to be kind of a young adult book or anything, but it's like about a summer camp that has a lot of weird weird horror things going on around it. Like it's set in some weird woods where people go missing. There's some like government conspiracy or whatever. It definitely it's something I'd be very into. So I seriously think I'd like it if I read it.
Yeah, the artwork is absolutely incredible.
It's so good.
Some of the things he does, I don't understand how you can do it in MS Paint. He uses perspective like in a way I've never seen done in MS Paint.
Well, here's the thing. I think general opinion of MS Paint has been skewed just because it's been the poster boy of shitty like kids drawings on like MS Paint is what people use to make like shitty comics with like scribbles and stuff, and that's just come to define what MS Paint is. Sure, it's not a really versatile like program or anything, but it doesn't mean you can't do good stuff with it if you actually try.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's just, I guess it's also true, however, that it's definitely harder to get the art you're looking for with MS Paint, and there's like stylistic limits. You can only do too much.
It's
but
true. I mean,
he's proven a lot.
You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell stylistically that it was made in something like MS Paint. But like, to listeners, if you're listening, absolutely, we're gonna provide a link, right?
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Absolutely. Look at these pictures. They're incredible. The lighting, the perspective, it's all so cool. But you can definitely tell that it was made in like a digital program like MS Paint.
There's some things I've never seen anybody else able to do in MS Paint in his drawings, and that's things like he put fog, which I'm not fully sure how he did.
The fog
I don't
looks
actually
so
get
cool.
that. I don't get how to do that. I feel like he would have to just legitimately change the colors for all those spots because there's no transparency.
I mean,
in Microsoft Paint.
that's probably. I mean, he did it the old-fashioned way. I think that's the whole
crazy.
point. I think that's the whole point.
That is nuts.
If you just know how to do colors and shit, like it's no different than painting it with paint. So
yeah. So he explains. Pat Hines. Wow.
Hi, I'm Patrick Pines. I'm here to sell you pine trees. All the pines.
I'm Pat Hines, and I made my book at a hospital reception desk every night.
No, that's too accurate. Yeah, you're actually making it true now, and I'm trying to do a fake thing. Pat Pines here. Pines Sell Pedophile Playhouse. I choked.
Whoa,
Continue.
whoa.
Get me off this bit.
You're not allowed to continue the bit. He's dying.
The Pedophile Playhouse of Pat Pines down here at Palm Peter Power Street.
You're really going for that.
Read my book.
Do you think this man does seem like he has a drawing talent, though? Do you think he should try to learn a different program, or do you think he should keep honing his craft in MS Paint?
I mean, I don't think there's much left to hone in MS Paint. Like, honestly, I think we're looking at the best it could possibly be. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't do other shit in MS Paint. Like, this is definitely a very unique aesthetic that he could use to define his whole shit. So why wouldn't he want to keep going with it? But, I mean, it really depends on what his goals are. If he wants to, like, branch out and make stuff that looks wholly different, then sure, yeah, start using Photoshop. I mean, you and I we're both illustrators of a type. What do you usually use, Obscur?
I usually use Paint Tool Psi or pen and paper. You know,
yeah,
traditional.
I mean, I just meant like program wise, because I've been using Adobe Illustrator to make my comics, and people have been real cool with those.
Yeah, I use Illustrator as well, but when I don't feel like using vectors, Paint Tool Psi is my home. You know what's funny actually? He says he sucks at Photoshop, and that's why he used MS Paint plus the hospital reception desk thing.
Yeah,
but I also can't use Photoshop to paint. I have to use other programs.
Yeah, I've only used Photoshop a little bit, so yeah, I wouldn't really know how to make that work.
As a design student, I feel like I should be able to use it to draw, but I can do it. I can do all the typical photo manipulation stuff,
yeah.
But when it comes to drawing in it, that is something I've never fully understood.
So now I beg the question, what photo manipulation do you do the most, Obscur? When you post a hot bitchin' selfie on Instagram, how do you touch it up so that people don't realize how fucking ugly your face is?
First I have to install Instagram because I'm yet to. But I probably should because I'm getting a job as a social media dude.
So social media dude for
I don't know what to call it.
For Pat Pound's Pedophile Playhouse. We need our the best social media to bring the fun little children to the playhouse.
Yo, his playhouse will have the best graphic design. I will give you that. Yeah. You will be blessed by.
You really
I don't know.
Really get the vectors going on that mustache of his.
I honestly think this book is worth a buy. It is.
Yeah.
It's only $6, and I don't know. Is this the only book made in MS Paint? I feel like it could possibly be.
It's possible. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna second that. If you're listening and you're interested, if you look at the pictures and it intrigues you like it intrigues us, definitely give it a buy. Like, let's help this guy out. Let him achieve his dreams, and that way we can get more beautiful MS Paint artwork. I think I'm definitely gonna pick it up. But for the love of God, don't go to Pat Pine's Pedophile Playhouse. Please don't.
We somehow combined, like, advertising his book with labeling him as something he is not. We swear that is not what Pat Hines is. We don't know him personally, but
it's me, Pat Hines.
You were not Pat Hines. Go back to whence you came.
No, I don't think I will. You want a candy, little boy?
Is it from Camp Red Blood?
Oops, I dropped it down my shorts. Could you fish it out for me?
I don't know how to fish, sir. I don't have my badge in that yet.
I could teach you how to fish. You just have to go out to the woods with me. The voice is changing. I think I'm turning into the guy from Family Guy.
That's what I was hearing, the old guy. Luring Chris Griffin, not me. Alright, we have enough. We've had enough of MS Paint, but we haven't had... Wait, our next topic also has the word Playpal in it.
Oh, hello, it's me.
It's me, Putin.
Hello.
Now, our next topic is how Ukraine has banned Steven Seagal, Putin's Playpal, because he is a threat to Ukraine's national security.
So, there are two things that, like, two prerequisites to this story, if you're listening now. You need to, A, know who the fuck Steven Seagal is, and fucking just how ridiculous this all is. And B, you need to have a slight grasp of the shit that's been going on in Ukraine for the past 5 years or so, which, as Americans, I don't think any of us really do.
I sure don't. I don't know anything about this.
It's definitely bad, and Russia has, like, slowly been... I wouldn't say full on invading. Again, I don't really know.
But like
I'm a
tinkling into their territory.
Yeah. I think tinkling is a good way to put it. But if you didn't know, Steven Seagal, who is an acclaimed action film star, who got slightly famous in the early '90s with movies like Under Siege and others.
Absolute classics. I've heard of all of them.
I've only ever seen Under Siege, as well as some of the other shitty. He's mostly does direct-to-video stuff now because he's a fat fuck and he doesn't care. He just makes really bad action movies, and he always has. Now, Obscur, you can vouch for me. I love bad action movies. They're like
we both do.
They're like my
That's our
favorite
combined
thing.
passion.
Yeah, we get together and we watch shit like the Predator sequels all the time. But
that's it. We just keep watching them on loop.
Yep. But Steven Seagal is a level of bad that even I don't really find that entertaining. He got famous because he knows some like martial arts and he's a white guy, so he was marketable and he knew some special martial art that I don't remember what it's called.
Seagalism, as they say.
Sigon Tao.
Ooh,
that made
yes.
Yep.
That's the direct translation from
Seagalism.
His hometown language.
Shitberg. But somehow, I don't know how, he's become good friends with Vladimir Putin and has become like he just got Russian citizenship and a Russian passport, and he's been like really outspoken on how Russia should just go ahead and take over Ukraine. And it's fun. Surprisingly, the people from Ukraine aren't super happy about that. So, how long has he been banned, Obscur?
5 years.
5 whole years. Until he...
That is longer than the presidency.
Yeah.
We'll be rid of Trump, but they'll still won't have Seagal for another year.
You know he's lurking on the edge of the border where, like, he's so fat, but he's got, like, a ghillie suit on, so it's just like, man...
You know what?
Man, that...
I just imagine him, like, hopping over the borderline and giggling and then hopping back.
Oh, you got killed!
I'm in Ukraine!
Boris, do you see Bush? Look at Bush. It has cut.
It moved.
It moved. It carries samurai sword?
That term is anthropomorphic, sir.
I feel the urge to fuck it.
Oh no. Dude. Not in the Ukraine.
Bushies.
I can't... So, Putin is shown in this article giving a nice firm handshake, presumably, with Steven Seagal.
You know it's firm.
Do you think Putin admires him for more of his movies or his work ethic?
Absolutely his movies. Fun fact, Putin grew up watching Seagal films during the Soviet era where they were banned. His family would smuggle them in, and he would sit and watch this fat white man with a goatee chop down terrorists and be like, yes, this could be me one day. This is what inspired me to greatness. The fat man, watch him roll across the room and decapitate his enemies. Yes.
I'm happy you're able to do a Russian impression, because that is one of the accents I have never figured out very well.
I mean, was that what I did?
Oh, no, it was very bad, but it was still better than mine.
Yes, duh. No, fun fact, though. Actually, there's a documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I watched it last summer. It's called Chuck Norris versus Communism, I think.
Oh.
No, it's a documentary about how bootlegged American VHSs would get smuggled into the Soviet Union during the 80s, and people would like hold private movie showings that were illegal, and it was like this whole counterculture movement, like punk rock basically, where these apartment buildings would hold viewings of things like Die Hard and Chuck Norris and probably Steven Seagal. And this little Russian woman who worked for the Department of Propaganda would
my favorite department.
Yep. After
I actually ran it.
After hours, she would illegally dub all these movies, and they'd get distributed all over Russia. It's actually a really interesting documentary. I highly recommend it.
I'm actually upset that you brought up a documentary because I was actually about to say that I feel like what's happening with Steven Seagal is good enough to be a documentary.
We should get a film crew and follow him around.
I don't know if I want to enter Russia while I'm possibly gay. Like, that is too much
well,
to handle.
while I'm possibly gay. The word is not out yet. We still don't know. The tests haven't come back.
And when they do come, they'll be electrifying.
What's next? I'm done with this. I'm done with,
that was a shock
I'm
therapy
done with
joke.
your electric cum.
Well, you know, it's everyone's favorite game of the week. It is the Happy Wikihow game.
Hooray!
You know, we should get a jingle for this part.
Happy
Wiki. Oh, alright, that's right. We're appropriating the term Wikihow for our weekly game where our host, who sometimes bloats, me,
okay,
has a lovely contestant try to guess what the name of a Wikihow article
Why don't
is.
I get a fun nickname?
You'll be Alan the Boy Wonder.
Okay.
Alan the Wizarding Wonder.
I'm a host too, so why don't I get a host name?
Okay. Well, but you're
Let's
not
just move
hosting
on.
the game.
Let's
You're
just-
hosting the show.
just-
You're hosting the show, not the game.
Just move on.
You're a contestant.
Whatever. I'm only hurt.
Think of
lot.
a fun pun with contestant. How about that, Alan?
Contestant.
Okay, good. You're our lovely contestant.
That's the.
So the way we play this game is I'll send Alan a couple of images. If you'd like to see them yourself,
Fuck you.
linked in the description is the. Oh.
If you want to see them yourself, I go fuck it.
Alan, you can't say that to our lovely
They're
viewer.
for our eyes only.
Okay, listen, bitch. I'm gonna send you your first image. You're gonna guess. You're gonna describe what's on that image for our very blind audience.
Dinosaurs.
You're actually close.
Oh shit.
Watch. You're close.
Oh,
I've sent
fuck
Alan his
me.
first image.
All right. First image. So we see the origin story of a young Lochran.
That's why I picked it.
It seems to be a young black boy with long black hair.
You thought that was a boy?
I'm pretty sure the black one's a boy. I can't tell. I'm assuming his gender, and that's wrong of me.
There you go.
There is a dark-skinned person speaking to another possibly female person who is the possibly female one who has his or her back turned to me, has a thought bubble above their heads mid-conversation, and it has a little baby dragon spewing flames out of its mouth, and it's deeply erotic.
Yeah, it's Lochran before he turned paper thin.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see him anymore.
Yeah, when the chub was still on.
So, Alan, do you have a guess as to what this article's title could be?
How to discuss the movie Dragonheart with friends.
Well, you didn't say WikiHow, you only said how, so your answer is immediately discarded. You're also very off. But here's your second image of three. Let's see if you could get closer.
All right, our second image, we have a shitbag. We have a mean-looking boy he's very big and intimidating compared to the other two people in the picture who are both cowering away from him, looking in disgust and pointing. Yeah,
Macro-micro fetish, you know.
Yeah, and the giant boy with the giant ginger boy with the red hair seems to have something purple on his left index finger. I don't know what it is. It might be a bug of some sort.
It's a ring pop.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, actually, no. That's actually probably definitely what it is. And he's like looking very mischievous, but he's not looking at the ring pop. Maybe he has like a ring of power, and the other.
Ooh, you're getting there.
The other boys are looking at him. I'm gonna say Wikihow to live action roleplay.
Ooh, no. You're
Damn.
getting closer, I would say. This one should be very helpful, though.
Okay. So here we have a child in wizarding robes, and there are several arrows on the screen pointing out all of the necessary accoutrements to your wizarding outfit. You have a large staff, a dank pipe, a wizard hat, and the ring of power. So, I think this is chosen for me. This must be Wiki How to Be a Wizard.
Oh, you got it!
Yeah!
Man! But even more accurate, it's Wikihow to pretend to be a wizard, bitch.
Yeah, well,
Boop.
I don't need this, okay? Because I am a wizard, and I don't need these bullshit children pretending on my turf.
I
Fucking,
know
you don't know
something
the love
that'll...
of Satan.
I'll bring you joy with the second article, because its art style is from the stuff of dreams.
Okay.
I've sent you the first image. I hope you cry.
Oh boy.
But only a little. You know.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I mean! What? What is this?
So, we seem to be looking at what appears to be Buzz Lightyear, but if Buzz Lightyear had cancer, that's what this guy would be. It's a very weird 3D art that I'm not used to seeing on a WikiHow article. He's very happy looking. He's got just a haunting smile and squinty eyes as if he's been smoking a lot of that dank herb.
He looks almost like a skeleton.
Yeah, he looks like if a skeleton grew a single layer of skin.
Just the dermis, not the epidermis.
Yep, there's science words. And he has a speech bubble saying, "You're benevolent." Is WikiHow to give a compliment?
That's very benevolent of you, but that is not the correct... Oops, I linked you the same image again.
Oh god, it's haunting me.
The benevolency never ends. I think you'll enjoy the second image more.
Okay, so again, with our running theme of people pointing and laughing, we have two Buzz Lightyears with leukemia. One is wearing a blue shirt and he is very angry, and one is wearing a red shirt and he's very happy. The happy one is happy because he's pointing at the angry one who is looking at the happy guy and he's very angry. He's laughing. He's got very squinty eyes again. He has a speech bubble displaying a third Buzz Lightyear wearing a dress and a wig, and I guess it's supposed to be the red guy calling the blue guy a woman, and we all know women are bad.
That was a really long-winded way to get to the point that women are bad.
Women are bad. Women are bad.
See, if Michaela was here, she'd be here to affirm this statement.
Yeah, 'cause she won't share her goddamn pussy wine. When are we gonna get some?
I'm sure she'll send a chunk in the mail, don't worry.
Okay, is this...
I don't think it expires.
Technically, it's already expired to begin with. This is WikiHow. I don't know. The first one is "You're benevolent." Now he's calling him a woman. Is it the same guy? Let me look at the shirts. Okay, so it's the same guy in the red shirt is the one who's doing all the talking.
Damn, you're dedicated. You really want to get this.
WikiHow. WikiHow to piss off your friends?
Holy shit, you're actually really close.
Oh, fuck.
No joke.
Damn.
No joke. This one might give you the answer.
Fuck.
Or it'll confuse you
What
more.
the fuck? Okay, so the red cancerous Buzz Lightyear is hiding behind a desk, and the blue Buzz Lightyear has his back turned to him, and the red Buzz Lightyear is playing pranks, and he's going, "Oh," and the blue Buzz Lightyear is very confused, but he doesn't know where it's all coming from yet. He's getting pranked, so I'm gonna say WikiHow to prank your friends.
So fucking close. You're thinking friends. Think of another person. Why would they look similar? Why would they look so similar?
Okay, WikiHow to prank your siblings, your brother.
Yes, WikiHow to annoy your siblings.
Why are they twins with bald heads?
I don't know who created the 3D models for this article, but they made nightmare fuel.
What fucking petri dish did these two abominations come forth from?
Oh, I actually have a fourth image. You already got the answer, but this is probably the scariest one in the article.
Oh god!
There's one with Buzz Lightyear as a fucking clown.
Oh, clown!
It's not okay.
Just a close. What does that have to do with any of this? It's just a horrifying clown beast.
If you haven't clicked on the link in the description yet to see what we're talking about, you gotta. It's freaking disturbing.
Oh god, no. So, I did it. Did I won both of them, didn't
You
I?
won. Yes.
We should...
That means next week you get to host, Alan.
Fuck yeah! I'll be the
You
host
get your...
with the
instead of the...
the thing. The host with something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, instead of the contestant.
Yeah, which I'd like to stop being now, please.
Oh, if you're sure. But, Alan, something you are trying to be is a wizard. I want to hear your current progress.
All right, time for wizarding update. So I'm finally back home from Europe, back into the good old States. Yes, it is true. I did sit in a field for a while and make crop circles. There was a lot of press, but none of them were talking to me, with just like everyone at school. Yeah, so that went all right. Since I've been home, most of what I've done so far is I've been reading my manuals, Liber Null by Peter Carroll, as well as the Satanic Bible by Anton Szandor LaVey. Now, I haven't gotten too far into the Liber Null book, which is going to be my main instructional guide on how to actually perform magic. Right now, I've just been practicing its meditation techniques in the morning. So I'll get up, I do some exercise, I sit out on my back deck, listen to the birds, and then I try and sit as still as possible for about a half hour.
What is the advantage of doing such activities?
Well, the idea of the meditation is to try and get yourself into a trance state. If you stay as still as possible and regulate your breathing to be as slow as it can be without like straining yourself, then you can get to a point where you kind of forget about your body. If you practice it enough, you start it makes it easier to have like an outer body experience. If you're very still and you're just breathing slow and deep, you get very relaxed and hyper focused. And if it helps to have like a chant and focus on an object. Yesterday I meditated naked in my room with some candles, and I chanted and stared at the flame for a while. And it went all right until one of the candles exploded, but I think that's...
It exploded?
No,
Excuse me?
It was on a glass tray.
Did you lace it?
It was on a glass tray and it overheated, so the glass shattered.
You are actually incredible for pulling that off. Maybe that's just your first piece of magic.
Maybe.
And you don't know it.
So far, I haven't been able to control it. So there isn't much to say on the Liber Null book just yet, but I do want to talk a little bit about the Satanic Bible. If you don't own a copy of the Satanic Bible, which, I mean, who doesn't?
I actually do want one, because I know how interesting it can be.
It is legitimately fascinating. It begins with a preface by the current chief, I guess, or what was this?
Steven Seagal.
Yes. What is it? The Magus. The introduction is by Magus Peter H. Gilmore, who I believe is the current head of the church. Ever since its founder, Anton LaVey, died a few years back. But the church got started around the mid-'60s, I think, by this guy named LaVey, and the whole opening of this book is kind of a mini biography on him. So, fun fact, surprisingly, he was kind of a weird dude.
I would have never guessed. He even looks like it. I remember seeing pictures.
Yeah, he's like bald and he's got a goatee and all shit. But
he reminds me of Nosferatu.
Yeah,
but with a beard,
like Steven Seagal. So yeah, he was born in 1930, and he grew up like he dropped out of school and he became a carny and a musician for several years. And like he started noticing how a lot of the guys that would come to like the strip shows that he would play at would also be dudes that he would see in church the next day because he would like play an organ for a church. And so he got real fucking pissed off at Christianity and created Satanism. Now, there's a huge difference between the Church of Satan and devil worshippers, because the Church of Satan doesn't actually believe in the devil. It's basically a hyper form of atheism. It's secular humanism. Basically, the idea is nothing is truly divine, and you can take control of your own life. The church.
So
go ahead.
I knew that LaVey Satanism did not actually involve Satan, but do you know why it's called that? Like, why would they call it that?
Because
if they don't actually believe in it.
Reading the book, it's so very clear that this whole religion is made as a direct response to Christianity. It's
Oh,
made
okay.
basically. Anton LaVey got so pissed off with hardcore Christian dogmatism that he basically made this whole religion to be like, fuck you, we're gonna take everything that you hate and we're gonna deify it. So
Wow.
so the whole, like, the intro is all talking about how if you want to be a Satanist, you need to embrace the fact that people hate Satan and that Satan is an evil image. You embrace that hate and you use it. Now, there's certain things that I do really like about Satanism. I do like the whole idea behind the secular humanism about taking control of your own life and not allowing superstition to control you. But the thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way is that it's definitely...
Is LaVey. He won't stop rubbing
me. Oh, God,
me.
so much rubbing. Oh, LaVey. But it's actually...
Come to my playhouse with LaVey.
Oh, I forget what the voice was. We'll come back to that. But yeah, it's a lot of it is very much like it kind of embraces the idea that you can manipulate people for your own personal gain. It's basically if you're smart and you deal with dumb people, then you have the right to control them, basically. And it definitely is like kind of spits in the face of the whole Christian idea of like loving somebody no matter what and being kind to people. It's very much like fuck people who don't deserve love, fuck everybody who's not me, fuck you. That's the kind of thing that I don't really like. But I'm using it as a more of a kind of a basis on, because the Satanism and the chaos magic actually go hand in hand pretty well, because they both have the idea of superstition is bullshit, so just do what you want with it.
I was wondering why you decided to read up, because I knew Satanism wasn't directly related to that kind of magic, so I was wondering why you're still reading it.
It's definitely, it still has a lot of deep ties to like old school occultism and Aleister Crowley and shit. So it's still very relevant. I'd like to read the opening prologue to the Satanic Bible as written by Anton Sandor LaVey. It's about a page and a half, so this might go a little bit long. I'm going to try and make it as theatrical as possible. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. The gods of the right-hand path have bickered and quarreled for an entire age of Earth. Each of these deities and their respective priests and ministers have attempted to find wisdom in their own lies. The ice age of religious thought can last but a limited time in this great scheme of human existence. The gods of wisdom defiled have had their saga, and the millennium has become as reality. Each with his own divine path to paradise hath accused the other to heresies and spiritual indiscretions. The ring of the Nibelungen doth carry an everlasting curse, but only because those who seek it think in terms of good and evil, themselves being at all times good. The gods of the past have become as their own devils in order to live. Feebly, their ministers play the devil's game to fill their tabernacles and pay the
You can do it.
mortgages
You're a writer.
on their temples. Alas, too long have they studied righteousness, and poor incompetent devils they make. So they all join hands in brotherly unity, and in their desperation go to Valhalla for their last great ecumenical council. Draweth near in the gloom the twilight of the gods. The ravens of night have flown forth to summon Loki, who hath set Valhalla aflame with the searing trident of the inferno. The twilight is done. A glow of new light is born out of the night, and Lucifer is risen, once more to proclaim, "This is the age of Satan. Satan rules the earth. The gods of the unjust are dead. This is the morning of magic and undefiled wisdom. The flesh prevaileth, and a great church shall be builded, consecrated in its name." Also, side note, builded? Come on, that's not a fucking word. No longer shall man's salvation be dependent on his self-denial, and it will be known that the world of the flesh and the living shall be the greatest preparation of any and all eternal delights. Regi Satanas, Ave Satanas, Hail Satan! The end.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
To take in. I must say, the combination of your voice, the actual text, and the fact I have a full screen image of the Buzz Lightyear clown on my screen right now was terrifying.
Oh yes, that will be my wizard image.
I hope so.
So yeah, that'll do us. I'm working on the meditation. Soon I'll be on to trying actual rituals. It might take a few weeks, but it's gonna be a long process. It's gonna take me all summer, and we'll see where it goes.
I'm terrified.
You should be.
But sickened and curious.
Well, is that gonna do us there?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for tuning in to Happy Trail
Mix,
which I don't think we said the title in the beginning.
No, I don't think we did at all. Here. We're gonna postscript this right now.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, and welcome to Happy Trail
Mix. Alright, that's good enough. Oh, shit. Alright, well, see y'all next week. We will have Lachlan back. Michaela is still busy making that chunky pussy.
It has to ferment, guys.
You know it. Alright, see y'all next time. We upload every Sunday. We're on iTunes and YouTube and all that good shit. See ya!
See ya. Hail Satan.
Oh.